A pilgrim in Austin, Texas. Overcast sky. 80 degrees. 3 kilometers along a lake. They told the story of a season of building. About a book on noticing. About a spiral of hexagons that begins at 0. About a community that walks together once a month. About a wave that is already here. The only way forward is to surf.
All right. So I think it's been a while since I talked like this. I'm back on the trail again, near the gym, right next to this beautiful lake. About to circumambulate the lake as well as chill by the lake, which is really nice. It's a nice day out, not too sunny, some kind of sky, which I actually remembered that I need to take a photo of the sky. So yeah, a lot has been happening. There's a lot of projects that I've started making, and it's crazy how from just one idea, and I'm able to execute it almost immediately. So what happened was, I think on Sunday I started reading this book called Art of Noticing. I downloaded it a long time ago, maybe a year ago. I just never read it. And for some reason I started reading it, and it has short chapters. And one of the few chapters in, it was talking about just noticing your surroundings. But there are people that what they do is they make a game out of this practice of noticing your surrounding. And quite a bit of chapters go into museums, how you look at pieces of arts. At least for me, when I go to museums, I try to make my way around, just going through the whole museum and never really taking a deeper look at any of those artworks. But this one, there's a chapter dedicated to looking at a piece of art for maybe 10 to 20 minutes and just really bathe in that art and notice the little tiny details about it. Things will come up, I think. But the first few chapters, it was talking about there's a practice or someone that does this, where they take a photo of the sky every day. And that really intrigued me. That resonated with me. And another one that almost immediately intrigued me as well is, in your daily abouts, look at numbers on your walks or on your journey and take a photo of that as well. So starting from 1, but for me, I started with 0, and I had the idea of, at first I thought it was going to be like infinite, just keep going, but it's, from my chat with ChatGPT, it was better to just have a set number, which I set to 216, which is a double of 108, sacred number, both of them sacred numbers. So I thought it would be great to start with 0, since programming, you start with 0. And it turned out to be synchronistic, perfectly fit, in that if you put honeycombs, which actually I have a dedicated website called fz.ax, which simplifies your life in 4,000 weeks. And it was by this author that made the book, or created the book, 4,000 weeks, that most of human life, the average span is 4,000 weeks. And just lay it out. So I built a website out of it, and recently I revamped it too, with hexagon. Before it was hexagon too, but now it's like really, really nice, really made out really nice. And there's markers you can place. There is vows that you can set, and all other kind of cool features that I kind of co-created with Claude. And in a subdomain of it, I named a repo called IG, which is kind of like Instagram, but just for photo artwork like this. In it, there's 2 sections. One is sky, and the other one's called count. and the sky, they're both of hexagons. Like the whole website is hexagon, including the subdomain. And if you click the sky, it will show you the sky in a yearly kind of hexagon shaped, kind of like a, what's it called? Like a GitHub heat map before sky pictures in hexagon form. And that's like the yearly view. And then there's the weekly view with hexagons under each week. And then there is the color band view, which one slice of each day, you get a slice, and it's like a color band of all the skies. So it will probably look really nice afterwards. And I had this idea maybe on Sunday. I started prototyping it out on Monday, and now it's done. I already had 2 count pictures, which I found from, very synchronistically, found from found from Lifetime. I was taking a sauna. Below and behold, there is the 0, which I wanted, like the center is the 0, and it's like a spiral out. It's a hexagon. It's a hexagon within hexagon, a bigger hexagon, and maybe it's an octagon. I don't know. And the thing in the middle is the 0, and it spirals out, like the number spirals out from 1 to 10. It's like a giant spiral to go out in the outer rings. So it looks nice with the 0 in the middle. And I found one coincidentally right next to it in the outer pool. There was the diving board, and there's a 1, and then the 0 is like the 0 feet at the indoor pool, where that on the edge of the pool. So I thought it was very coincidental. I was trying for actually quite a long time, trying to find 0 in like 2 days. I couldn't find any 0. Now, bam, right there. When I was taking a sauna, I saw there was 0 feet right there. All right, let me get inside first. Cool. Getting into the lake. So those are the 2 projects I'm working on. So the sky is a daily practice, just taking a photo of the sky every day and see how it looks. The count is just making me be more aware of in my daily surrounding, looking for numbers. And those are the 2 practices. Recently, I bought a Mac Mini, but it hasn't arrived because there's backlogged by all these demand for OpenCloud. I bought it at the end of April-ish, and then it won't come until something like beginning of June. So now you see how crazy the demand is. My plan for OpenCloud is so I can program while I'm on the go. Right now, there's the meme of you have to keep your laptop open, so when you walk around, you have your laptop open. I do that sometimes when at night, go to sleep, I have to keep my laptop open, just dim the screen so I can sleep. And while Claude is running in the back, keep doing its thing. So with the Mac Mini, I can set up Hermes, and it will keep running in the background. I'll just chat with it via Telegram bot. What I had in mind was running a local LLM, like something like Llama, because the orchestrator itself doesn't need to be smart. It just needs to shell out or call Claude or Codex or Gemini, those smart models, the max models, to do any kind of programming. But another cool thing that you can do is on Mac, maybe a VPS too, is you can open up a persistent Chrome. So the AI will have access to Gmail. I set up a personalized Gmail for it, so it can theoretically send emails and stuff. As well as open up a Twitter account, and I sign up with using the Gmail or Google account, sign up with all of these free chatbot interfaces that you can use. So it can even shell out call free APIs essentially with these chatbots. So I'm excited to find out what the capability is and just playing around with it while setting it up with Claude. So I'm very interested in figuring out how all of this will play into my workflow. And another thing I set up recently was this thing called To, which is like a commonplace for me to collect links from around the world. Actually, links, images, PDF files, any kind of digital format, images too. And I just give it to my another Telegram bot, and it will capture it. It's running on a VPS server using different LLM API calls to jot down what I gave it, and it will insert that into a private repo. So for me to do it on a weekly basis, and there's like a weekly digest that digests what I've collected. And I even integrated the Twitter or X API so that it can make a tweet daily as well as weekly. So I thought it was pretty cool. Who knows what will come out of it. What's interesting is when I was working for different companies, one of the things that people ask me is they want to, because I like to share stuff, share interesting links, most of them from HM, but just everywhere around. And they would ask me if there's a place where I do this. And I told them, no, I don't, just share whatever I find interesting, but there is no place that I share. But now there is, but it's a private thing. It's for me. And I don't know, maybe it would be cool to open it publicly. Who knows? But it will tweet the thing that I collected on a daily basis. And yeah, what else has I've been working on? I'll continue to work on Pilgrim. Right now in the process of porting the iOS into the Android version. And in the beginning, it was just making like the MVP. So the UI looks really crappy. And I didn't realize this until I first tested it. But in the final phases, it will reach parity with iOS. So I've been working on it without testing for quite a bit already. And I'm looking forward to see what Claude has done with it. And it's almost done. Right now I'm working on the final section, which is the journal section, your journey, your pilgrim log section. And it needs to be reach parity with the iOS, looking very nice. So I'm looking forward to seeing the result of that. Another thing that came to me actually on Sunday as well, where I saw, there's a heron here. Let me take a photo of the heron. I worked on this thing called, I wanted to work on a project called Open Skills, which is a repo for having different skills for the agent. And right now, I feel like the agent harness, the main majority thing is like agents and, not agents. Majority thing is agent, is skills and hooks and something else. Which people will use, just install plugins with. But another thing that a lot of people might not use right now, but I feel like in the future will be more popular, is like the concept of multi-agent or swarming. Having agents checking each other's work. And that's why I created this thing called Kaijutsu. Kaijutsu means open skills, but has other meaning too. It's like a play on word. Kai in Japanese, this is a Japanese word. Kai means open, and jutsu means skills, so open skills. That's like the first layer. But kaiju also means monster. So it's like monster gaining skill, improving its skill, as well as the term kaizen. Kaizen means continuous improvement. There's a slang, kaijutsu, which means kaizen no jutsu. And that means continuous improvement without regret. Kind of like regret optimization framework that Jeff Bezos had done. And so it's a nice three-worded thing, three different meaning, all fit into one. And I started playing around with Claude and constructing it. It's looking really nice. It's a Go project, and even integrating brew so people can just brew install it. I quite dig it. I just implemented the function of swarm. Okay, so before, I recently started doing this where I use Gemini to do PR review for the code Claude has written, especially for the Pilgrim Android. So it would make the Pilgrim Android, Claude would make a PR, and then in another terminal, I have Gemini CLI review that PR and make comments in it. And then I have Claude check it again to review those comments, but as well as Claude also do a final review by itself and stuff. So I feel like this could be all automated. Right now I'm doing like by manual. So this is the perfect use case, I feel like, for Kaijutsu. And you have three agents, Claude, Codex, and Gemini. They can all simultaneously do the review, and they need to come to aggregate that everyone approves, like they resolve the conflicts before going to the next step. And this could be done for not just PR review, or not just for code PR review, but for specs, for plans. I think like 80% of the work is actually in the spec planning or spec writing as well as plan writing, because that's when the prototype really solidifies for your ideas, for whatever vision that you have for the code. And the code writing itself is just based on the spec and the plan, or mainly the plan, which resolves from the spec. So I feel like you really need to get those down pat in order to come out with a fabulous code, and also, at the end, review it. I think part of the reason why I was doing the Kaijutsu is there is someone that runs, I think his name is Jeffrey, and he has a website called Jeffrey Skills, and he basically charges $20 a month for using his skills, downloading his skills. I feel like all these things should be free, should be open source. So this is my version of that, but open source as well as MIT license. It's kind of like brew or npm install kind of thing. So you can do jutsu install this skill, or jutsu swarm this skill kind of thing. And I feel like it's a nice complement to what he has done. I mean, his skills is on another level because he has 23 agents working 24/7, swarming, writing his code. Basically, he's like hands off, then doing everything. So all of that is the result of what his agents are able to produce. So all of his skills came from his agents, and he also wrote different programs, kind of like Beads, BV, Agent Mail, all these tools for agents to collectively work together, orchestrate together. So I thought it was really cool. So this is just my version of that, and hopefully other people might find it useful. But I'll definitely need to use that more myself dog fooding for myself to use, right? So now I'm just sitting, looking at this lizard, overlooking the lake. The lizard is just like bobbing upside down in the sun. About to do a little meditation right now. And the journey continues. It's nice, peaceful. My favorite spot here. It's on the bench, looking at the lake. So recently I started another thing, too many things, called Walking Local Circle, or I bought the domain walk.lc, or Walk Local Circle. And what it is a community. Every month on a Saturday, we walk together on downtown, meet at Whole Foods, their headquarters, and we just walk to the lake nearby. And it's nice. It's like 3 hours, about an hour to an hour and a half walk. And it's a great thing to use the app with. So I use the app, start it, and at the end, record the whole journey, create a website, or share the walk. I took photo along the way too. Last time I took 2. So the last one that happened, the first one and the last one that happened was the last Saturday. And it was good. Like 4 people came and we had a great time walking. It was a beautiful day. It happened right after a great rain. It doesn't really rain here during the summer, so it's been an anomaly to rain multiple days in a row. And Saturday was the first day, especially in the morning, just that crisp air, the beautiful morning, just a little chilly. It's perfect for walking. And it was like, we started at 8 a.m. It was the perfect time. I feel like in the summertime especially, it gets hot later time. Surprisingly, there were quite a number of people outside at 8 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. There's a lot of running clubs, I feel like, people out. So yeah, it was for me to get out or to wake up early once a month on a Saturday, wake up earlier than I used to. Usually wake up at like 7, but now I have to wake up at 5 something because I have a morning meditation routine, all of that, and it doesn't finish until around 7 something. So it gives me a little buffer to get there and start the walk. It's been nice. I created the website walk.lc for it, and anyone can start their own local circle. There's automation set up as well where there is subscribers list, so you can get added to a subscriber, and the leader send out an email the day before, and then all the people in that local circle gets that email. Essentially, it's a confirmation that we're on for tomorrow. And also, I send out the email after with the link. So after we finish with the walk, with the page, and also the go shoeing, and as well as the tegami, postcard looking thing, that creates a past walk, a page dedicated for that particular day of the walk. And it came out really nice. I like the simpleness of the webpage. You don't need to make it fancy. It's just a informational thing. And also created like a poster for it. So I use sometimes Walgreens and CVS gives like free photo printing. And instead of me printing photos, I just print these flyers. So back in the day, I printed like all these flyers for our meditation, Sunday meditation. But we hardly use it, so I have all these copies of our meditation flyers, anywhere from like 4x6 and 8x5 or 8x10, those kind of flyers. I get it for free. And it'd be cool to actually make a sticker for it or something, using like the Goshun's, the symbol, the walk symbol. Each of the city gets their own kanji character. So the main one is walk, and then I think the Austin one has another kanji character associated with it. So anyone can start this. They get a customized page, and then they also get recorded with the past walk. Maybe I need to, in the second city or something, whoever wants to start it, they can just send an email to me and I can update the page, but I can totally automate this as well, that only the leaders can create a GitHub issue or something, maybe. Who knows? Yeah, those are the things I've been working on recently. Things have been moving super fast, I feel like, because of what one can do now with these AI tools. And I do see a disparity between the people who embrace the tool and actually kind of 10x their work, as well as people who kind of despise it because either they don't want to switch, they're set in the old ways, or just the threat, the fear that this is taking away their job or whatever. I do see on Hacker News that there's a lot of negative comments, which actually wrote a blog post about called The Side Door. It came from a conversation with my friend who I haven't talked to in like maybe a quarter, like 3 months or something. And he was telling me that his nephew is graduating with a computer science degree from one of those Southern California universities, and he can't find a job, so he wants to go to grad school, which is like the way we have been taught, the way we have been indoctrinated to think that this is the only way. But now AI has completely flipped this on its side, and he wants to go into data science. And my friend, who's not technical, as a doctor, he asked him, the first question is, have you used these AI tools? He said no. And he asked him that, do you think the data science will get disrupted? And he honestly thinks it won't be disrupted by AI, which any digital media will be disrupted by AI. It's only like the physical things, or emotional, human to human kind of those things won't be disrupted by AI. At least like not on the level we're dreaming of, but any kind of digital jobs will be disrupted on that level, on that majority level. So, and my friend's, first question, or not first question, the follow-up question was, why don't you, pay for the tool and use it? He's like, I don't have enough money. So we laugh in a sense, like it's funny, but also it's kind of sad that the highest tier that you can pay is like the $200 quad or codex, and you can just create whatever you want. It's like if your imagination is the limit for you, and you don't want to spend that, but you're willing to spend or take a loan for $100K to do 2 years of master degree, right? Which they think is free money, but debt is the ultimate slavery, if you think about it. And it's crazy that these kids think this way. But I guess it comes from our parents in a way, because our parents has been indoctrinated to still think the old way is valid, is still currently valid, but it's not. And people are slowly finding out, but oops. So, people need to realize the only way forward is to keep running, is to embrace the wave, and really play around with it. I still recall this lady named Dolores Cannon, and she's this like, I don't even know she's not a psychic or anything, but maybe she's a medium. Anyways, she was in one of her videos, she was talking about that the earth is going to be split into two, and you won't even notice it. You won't, like, on the surface, nothing changes, but on the, I guess, like the deeper layer, there's a complete split. And I feel like AI is literally splitting that. Not just AI, but all the other factors along with it too. There's definitely a cut in the middle to really split these two groups. And I don't think it's like it's like a 50-50 thing. It's like maybe 80-20. So the people who are really embracing the tool feel like everything is great, and the people who are not, just like either fearing or just angry or whatever. Like there's so many doomerism attitude towards AI, and I'm not surprised that there are people that are attacking these AI founders, like the dude that's threw a Molotov cocktail at the Sam Altman's place, right? And I won't be surprised that we will soon have, not soon, maybe like within a few years, bombing of data centers, right? Because that's where people think AI lives, and try to stop it, like almost like a Luddite revolution. And it's gonna come because of the have and have-nots. The split is becoming too great, and yeah, I mean, I can't really say there's solutions, except just to embrace AI, but just like powering it even further. You can only do what you within your control of what you can do, and that is what you can do, or just go into completely different field, because the money train for AI developer is slowly eroding, because we have been conditioned to believe if you get into one of these FANG companies, you get six-figure salary, or even like seven-figure salary. Now you have like AI scientists or AI researchers that are getting NBA player salaries or football player salaries because of what they know. Just go for the star players, right? They want to. These AI fan companies want to recruit the top of the top talent, and they are the person that is able to utilize AI to the maximum efficiency, basically like an orchestrator of multiple agents together and really make them work harmoniously, will be really sought after because of the productivity that enables that person. So it's not really a good ending, but that's what it is. You have to surf with the wave, and that wave is coming. A big exponential gigantic wave of technical evolution is upon us. I do see there's more articles and stuff either saying negative things about AI or just reminisce about the old days of the internet, how right now it's a dead internet theory of everyone on the internet is probably a bot. Everything is written by the bot. Yeah, I can see that. Who can really trust the other side of the screen? Who that person really is? Can't really know, because mobile farming, right? People just buying multiple cell phones and just running programs to farm. It's crazy things like that. It's like a game theory, right? It's like whatever that can be gamed will be gamed, and everything will be gamed because it reaches the natural equilibrium. As long as we have this capitalistic society, things will follow the money kind of thing. Will gravitate towards the most extractive thing. And I was watching a podcast, two different podcasts. One was talking about how we are all arbitragers of tokens now. We basically uses these giant API model or these frontier models using their API, because now enterprises are spending millions of dollars on API calls to get what they need, usually in terms of data, building out what they needed, and then selling that to their customers. Like data labs or data brokers, they sell whatever data models they build to their clients, and they just add a margin on top of the AI tokens. So we're literally arbitraging tokens. I mean, it's not that different from creating a company and hire employees. The employees are the tokens, right? And the company needs to bill a higher rate than what they pay to their employees in order to justify their existence. Or else the company, there's a lot of risk involved. So now we just replace AI tokens or employees with AI tokens, and bam. And another thing is about if China really wants to attack US economically, which right now that's how we fight wars, is through economy, not really kinetic wars, but more economic wars. What they would do is they would flood the market with these cheap AI models, which DeepSeek, Quinn, Kimi, they're all doing, and they're about 6 months behind the frontier model. And once it gets good enough, people will just switch over to use the cheap models. It's like 4 to 8x times cheaper than what you pay for the frontier. Well, why would you pay for the frontier models, right? And once you do that, then as more and more people switch out of the frontier model, the revenue for these AI labs will decline and will show on their P&L, and then thereby it collapses their valuation, and then it drags down the whole economy because our whole S&P right now is relied upon all AI. Like all the top S&P 500 is AI related stuff, technology related stuff. And it will be super easy for them to target that, to target the valuation of ever increasing valuation of these gigantic AI frontier companies and really tear them down that way. So that would be a way to strike at the US hegemony. So those are the takeaways I took from that. And yeah, it makes sense. It's up to them whether they will actually use that technique, that strategy, but we'll see. Well, enjoy your day, everyone. This has been another great day in the life of a pilgrim.
The zero appeared when they stopped looking for it. That is how the path teaches. They walked anyway.